Hello, everybody. Jess Lohse, SBCA, Structural Building Components Association, another weekly update. It is November 20th, 2025, which means Thanksgiving is next week. I was gone last week, so I've got a lot to say, starting with our birthdays. We've got quite a few coming up over next week and following. So Allie and Corey, happy birthday to you next Thursday on Thanksgiving, and then Ashley the Sunday after Thanksgiving. I don't know if I'm going to do a video next week, so I wanted to make sure I got it in. But happy birthday to each of you, as well as my dad, who I know watches. His birthday was yesterday. Got to spend the day with him. So happy birthday to everybody there. Beyond that, happy Thanksgiving. We're at that time of year where, the end of the year is like right there. It's right around the corner. And, Thanksgiving is a great opportunity to take some time, remember everything that you're thankful for. Obviously, everybody at SBCA has a ton to be thankful for. We're doing a really good job. Appreciate all of our component manufacturers, our suppliers, our framers. It's just a great time of year. I really enjoy it. It's eat a little bit, spend time with family, take a little break from work. So hopefully you're able to do that. Next week, we will be closed Thursday and Friday for SBCA offices. We do have a number of people kind of extending that holiday with some vacation. So if you're not hearing back from somebody, reach out to somebody else fairly quickly if you've got something that's of urgent matter. And if not, feel free to, get caught up that next week. Beyond that, we've got a couple things coming up. The Napa OQM registration is still available if you'd like to do that. The room block has closed, but you might be able to wiggle your way in if you call us and talk to our staff. Taylor's going to be taking the lead there. You can also talk to me as well, but we'll see what we can do to get you in there. But if you want to attend, definitely register. We got some really cool things going on there. We've got kind of a future of component manufacturing panel. We've got a panel on unprotected floor systems within the IRC and how floor trusses can be more competitive there. We've been doing some testing, so we'll be talking a little bit about that. We did a little bit about that at BCMC, but this is going to be a little bit more what some of those findings and results and kind of a pathway forward. So if you're in one of those markets that you would like to compete against 2x10s without having to put the JIP on, you definitely would be interested in this conversation. Beyond that, we've got an economic review with JBREC, John Burns Real Estate Consulting. That'll be interesting. Obviously, with all the numbers and the shutdown, we kind of convoluted. I know the market's up on some good employment numbers, but still, it's always one of those this time of year, as well as getting into where we're at. It's nice to have as much information as possible. Beyond that, we're going to do some team building and some awesome networking with some wine events. Obviously, we're going to be in the Napa Valley, home to a ton of wineries. So you'll learn a little bit about wine. Hopefully, maybe you'll learn a lot, but be able to taste and know what you like and what you don't like. And that's what it's about. So beyond that, we've got about 96 attendees, which is really good for where we're at. Probably 10 to 12 of those are going to be spouses, but I remember the days when we struggled to get 35 or 40 people to an OQM. So really excited about our numbers there. Beyond that, we do have a very unique opportunity that benefits the foundation. And we are auctioning off a reservation or a dinner. It's a prepaid dinner for 4 for French Laundry, which is supposed to be one of the best restaurants in the world. So what's included in that is the dinner, none of the extras. So any alcohol or any additional things you order from the menu or off the menu, whatever happens there. I hear that it's a pretty exquisite experience. I know people that are jealous that they're not going to be there. You can bid on it. We'll be sending an email, check out industry news. You can I actually Googled SBCA French Laundry auction and it comes up when you do that. So look to that. If you even want to just, contribute to the foundation and then give it to 4 of your closest friends that are going to be at the Napa OQM, like some other attendees, which we can help you out if you're just wanting to do that as well. But really unique opportunity, really excited to see who gets that and kind of hear about it, because it's one of those excellence in any form is fun to participate in. And as a diner, you can certainly do that. Beyond that, I wanted to talk a little bit about chapters. We've had a flurry of chapter meetings over the last few weeks. And, if you're not participating in your local chapter, I suggest you do so. There's a lot of benefits for it. One, you kind of get to know who else is in your area, the competition, what they're doing, what they're about. Are they doing as well as you? Are they not doing as well as you? Are you better off? Are you, there's some things you need to do. So there's always kind of that gamesmanship with that. But think of some of the problems or issues that you might be having, whether it's a code official or a specifier or builders. Like, there's a great way to come together as a chapter and educate your market, because you as an individual or your company, you're just complaining. But if you're doing it with several of your competitors and others that are providing similar solutions in your market, that's the education opportunity. That's a united front. That's one of the great opportunities for chapters to really benefit your local areas. Beyond that, getting to know those folks, whether it's going to a Top Golf or an outing of, a ball game or whatever it might be, a ski trip or whatever, we get creative with some of them, but that's an opportunity too, just to get to know one another. And this is probably something I should have done a little bit better as a component manufacturer, even though I was active with the Montana chapter. But there's going to be times where you've got too much work or not enough, and you can kind of help, maybe sub some of it out or take some of it on. That's something that happens. And I didn't realize how much that happens throughout the country until I was kind of on this end of the spectrum. But that's another opportunity to get to know those folks and understand what they do, how they do it, and maybe what differentiates you, and you can better articulate that. So there's all kinds of reasons to get involved with the chapter, and I suggest you do that with the upcoming. You can reach out to Talia Montrose on our staff, and she can hook you up with a chapter in your area. And if you don't have one, maybe that's an opportunity to start one as well. We're always looking to do that because we want to bring component manufacturers together, whether it's in a local, state, or national level. That's the main driver of what we do here at SBCA. So beyond that, let me check my notes. I think I got through it in right about 6 minutes. So I'll give you the old peaks up, press on speech, and we'll talk to you maybe next week with Thanksgiving, or definitely the week after, right before we head to Napa. But looking forward to seeing everybody in Napa. It's been a great year thus far. Looking forward to closing it out with a great OQM. And until then, peaks up, press on. We'll talk to y'all later. And don't eat too much turkey. And if you do, make sure you watch some football and rest up afterwards. Talk to you later. Happy Thanksgiving.